My caregiving for Clara Doutly was 10 years. I met her in 2014. In the beginning of 2014, it wasn't as a daily thing. It was more of, we would go on events for Rosie the Riveter. If she needed anything, she knew I was a phone call away. Bank trips, made sure her bills were paid. I would just, there was food in the house. She was still really sharp, and she knew that she had to eat, and she knew what food she had to have, and I helped keep her apartment clean. But for the first probably 7 years, it was just us going places. There'd be parades, there'd be library visits, there'd be just luncheons. Once a month, these women, these other Rosie the Riveters, who were all in their 90s, loved to get together. And they became like sisters. And they'd all get together and have lunch. At first, when I started, I thought, well, it was just a one-off. We're just gonna do a few events that have to do with Rosie the Riveter. And as years went on, I thought, she didn't have anyone. She'd buried husbands, she had no children, she had maybe distant relatives, and I never met any of them. And then toward the end, she started to become weak, and she would fall. And I thought, she can't live by herself. But she's never gonna listen to me. She wants to live here. She said, you're gonna put me in a home. I said, I'll do everything in my power not to put you in a home. And the last week of 2022, the last week of the year, I'm off from Ford, I'm not working. She went to the hospital 3 times by ambulance because of falls. I had to put her into assisted living, which I knew nothing about. I don't know anything about assisted living or quote unquote nursing homes. So I had to learn all this. I don't know anything about this. So I had to learn, I had to ask a lot of questions, and I was able to get her on hospice. She had hospice care. I met her when she was 92, and she died at 102. So for 10 years, we had ups and downs, but I always tried to be patient. I felt like her armor. Like I felt like I was put here to help her. She had no one. And there's people out there that don't have anybody. And when we first started, Rosie the Riveter things, and she said to me, where'd you come from? And I said, I don't know, Clara. I don't know. Did God send me to you to take care of you? Because if it is, I think that's great.